Hello everybody, and welcome back. We're on episode 5. I've been busy. Got a lot of stuff going on, and look at this. Look at this. So this wasn't here last episode, and that's because I decided it's time to expand. I didn't actually do much though. I left room for further expansion, but mainly I just created a grass platform, and to get the grass over here, I had to grab it from all the way over there and spread it. That's what this block is for. So let's actually look at this real quick. Boom. But yeah, look at this. We have animals. We even have a horse. Not that that's going to be useful, but we have a horse. And this is kind of the, walkway theme that we've been doing, so I just kept going with that. And then, you'll see the dirt thing is gone from over here. This is now a completely different chest. I moved everything that was in here over here, and I actually made a bunch of other greenhouse stuff. And because I thought, next episode we're going to mess around with the greenhouse, and but turns out the greenhouse is kind of useless unless we're doing bees or forestry trees, because, let me show you, forestry, as the name might denote, offers a lot of stuff that has to do with farming. And what that also includes is a whole bunch of different tree saplings, which I guess aren't in NEI anymore. They used to be. But either way, they offer a bunch of different trees, and they need certain environments. And the greenhouse basically can let us get any environment we want in our base. We just have to construct it. And so I made a bunch of stuff, but that didn't really work. Anyway, rambling. Moving on to this. This is a double chest now, and I have 2 item frames on here now, because it'll just keep alternating. That's how this works. And as you'll see, we have 2 stacks of iron blocks, 2 stacks of redstone blocks, and loads more other stuff. Because I've just had this running, because we have infinite charcoal, so I can keep those running forever. And I also put a double chest on here, and then without piping, I, very vanilla style, created an infinite loop, and we have infinite charcoal. Then up here we have rubber trees, which we need for today, because our next quest is the induction furnace. Excuse me. And the induction furnace requires all this stuff. So, as prepared as I am, this is the induction furnace minus these 2 things. And as we go down this list and through this stuff, we're going to get everything we need. The first thing we're going to craft is this stuff. I'm going to take all this out, go over here, and this should, nope, press on once. That's this stuff. We want 3 of these because we needed 1 for this, I believe 1 for this, and then we needed 1 for this, I believe. Let's see. It was the electric furnace, yeah, which requires the iron furnace, which requires this. So this is pretty easy, so we're going to go with that first. We're going to grab these 2 things, go right over here, iron furnace, easy, electric furnace, even easier. So this goes right here. Look at that, we're almost done, because I'm prepared. But wait till we get to the steel part, because that's going to be tough. So, next up is the advanced machine casing. And we need these, and we need carbon plates, and advanced alloys, and a basic machine case. And to get these, we need to make ourselves a compressor. And that's where this comes in. And did I miscalculate? Maybe this... Wait, is this... Thought I was organized. Maybe I'm not. I think... Okay, hold up. This requires the compressor, which is this. Right. Okay. Yeah, so... We'll grab this. I might need to make 1 more of these guys. But that's fine. We can do that. The compressor we need either way, because we need the compressor to make both the advanced alloy and the carbon plate. You can see we need to crush these, and we need to crush these. And to get this, we need EU, which is a type of power that is from industrial craft. And I have a generator set up here with just charcoal, and I have a bat box, which is just a power bank for it. So hopefully... Oh no. Oh no. Industrial craft does this annoying thing where the machines, you can't just break them with a pickaxe. You need to use the proper wrench. Okay. Guess we're making a wrench now because I need to turn the bat box. That's a much more reliable way to do this. Or we get cables. Let's see if we can get copper 122. Okay, we'll do it. So the problem with this is we only have a very limited amount of sticky resin. And we get that from these trees and using tree taps. So one of the machines we actually want to make is this tree tap. So while that's cooking, let's do that real quick. Because what this does is it takes the sticky resin, instead of putting it in a furnace, we get to use it and basically multiply our sticky resin by 3. So we're just going to put this down here. And if these are done, we can make cables. There we go. Let me grab the rest of the sticky resin here so we keep that going because we're going to need more cables. Yeah, so 122, and what does it say? Loss 0.2 EU. Okay, so it loses power per block. So what does the back of this look like? Okay, so I think we can go like this. Okay, that's running again, which means the power is feeding into these now. Perfect. Okay, so now this is going to slowly go and give us more rubber, which is great because rubber is like the bottleneck right now. And we need to start compressing these things. We only need, I think this actually gives us 2, but I put 2 here anyway, so we'll grab these 2 things in the machine casing. So start with that, and let's go back to the induction furnace because, like I alluded to, the big thing is going to be steel. This is easy. We have this. To get steel, we need, we need something. And the thing we're going to try out is the blast furnace. I've never used the IE blast furnace. I always use the immersive engineering, which is a big multi-block. This seems to be 1 block, and if it's not, I'll look into it more, but it looks like we get iron, put it in, we get steel. This might need coal or something, I'm not sure. But this recipe here requires the heat conductor and the basic machine casings, which is this thing. So I was right, yeah, okay, right, we want this. Because, oh, this isn't it. We want the blast furnace. Blast furnace. Here we go. Heat conductor. No problem. Let's get that out. Blast furnace. There we go. And this is still for the other machine. But as we can look over here, look at that. We already have 18 rubber, yeah. We had 20 sticky rubber. Like, we're already going to get so much more. And I can get more of this. In case you're wondering what this is, I'll talk about this while these are running. Actually, let's check on this. See. Figured that was done. So, I figured out different ways to get rubber, because I was like, okay, sticky resin is one option, and then we have these, this isn't it, we have these latex processing units, so you can set up these things called tree fluid extractors next to logs. They don't have to be trees. You can chop the tree down first and then get the logs. And they produce latex, put it in here, and you combine it with 1 bucket of water, which if I had to make this guy, the water condensator, and a quick fluid pipe to pump water in there, and you get these tiny rubber, tiny dry rubbers. 9 of those make 1 dry rubber, which then cooks into plastic. So 9 of these is equal to 1 plastic, which isn't very efficient. That's why I'm opting for the extractor. Okay, and this is done too, and looks like we did need both of those. Hold up. I could have sworn the recipe said it made 2. So yeah, back to this, because now we have this, this, and this. We're still missing steel. And I don't know how this blast furnace works. So let's put that down. Oh, that's heat. That is heat. How do we... This is not the interface it was showing me. How do we generate heat? Can we just burn coal? If I just drop coal in here... No. That doesn't work. Okay. So then how do I do the thing? Does it get heat from electricity, like if we add more cables? Let's just make more cables here real quick. No, that doesn't connect. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to look up how this works, or we take one more look at it. So heat needs to be full of some sort. If we just type heat, isn't there maybe something from electric heat or aha, liquid heat exchanger? So what if we, how hard is this to make? Pretty easy now that we have rubber. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. Let's craft this again. And then we need 1 of these, 2 of these to get the battery, I know that, or this thing, because I crafted that a bunch now. And we need a battery, which is a tin cable and tin casings. So 2 of these. We need more than that of tin. Oh, actually, I have a battery left over. Yay! I knew it'd come in handy eventually. And we need iron casings. Okay. So that's 3 of these, I think, because it gets doubled. And of course I only have 1 use left. Of course. Okay. Can we use a different hammer? We don't have any other hammers, so time to make some sticks. And what do I need? I need regular iron ingots. So this chest. And I mean, look at this. We have so much iron. We're so set on iron. So I don't mind using these hammers instead of making the metal former. Because I looked, the metal former doesn't double anything. It just makes it a machine instead of doing it manually. So, didn't really see a point. Okay, now we should be able to do this. And I'm thinking this thing... I'm going to imagine we want the heat... we want like this, so that the orange things are touching, and that's getting power. Add coils to increase heat output. Okay. So can we put iron in here? We can. Oh, and we got a bar up here. Progress 0%. Because heat is still really low. So add coils. Like heat conductors or coil? Which ones of these are from industrial crafting? Maybe, I think it means these. These coils. Copper and iron. Oh, hello, sir. So, copper wires. So we need this guy. Need some more copper. Just do like that much. Okay, let's see about this now. The recoils. So now we're at 30 heat units max. I'll make more, and we'll see how that goes up before I put the new ones in. Let's, I guess, just make a ton of this stuff. Nope, this way. Okay, so that's 3 more. And I've still been eating these apples, by the way, in case that's something you're wondering. Because as I chop these down now, we get more and more apples. And since I don't have to eat these very often, it's kind of really fantastic. But maybe with, let's see, do we have cooking? Nope. Do we have Pam's harvest? Nope. Okay, so we don't really have food mods in here, so this shouldn't be an issue. This is probably going to be the best food for a long time. But how's this keeping up? So that's empty. And this is going down, so we are losing power. And we only have this machine running. This is still climbing. Okay, so we might need to make a second generator, actually. What did that require? Generator... This requires so much more iron than this recipe. This is just 8 of these. Oh wait, no, just kidding. Okay, it's the same. Okay. I really need to do a better job lighting this up. But alright, so we have iron here. Let's just mass produce a bunch of this again. So I need one of those. And what else do we need? We need another battery, which is tin, insulated tin cable, and redstone. Because of course it is. So let's do, I don't know, like 12. Because I just hate, this is like the most tedious part of this mod, is all these different cablings and tins and all that. So hopefully we have enough. Let's see. Kinetic, no. Generator. Batteries. There we go. I want to make 2, just so we have 1 extra again, because chances are we're gonna need it. Here we go, furnace. And I have strewn crafting tables more and more throughout the base. Yeah, you can see them everywhere now. So there's that. Let's grab more charcoal for both of these. The reason I don't mind using these early game is because we have infinite charcoal. So it's really not that big a deal that we're burning through it. Okay, yeah, I need to do something about the lighting situation here. It's gonna keep happening. So let's put all this away. There we go. And what are we doing now? We're at max heat. It's still at 0%. It's transmitting 30. I don't know. Did we miss anything? Let's look at blast furnace again. So the uses of the blast furnace is it can take an iron ingot with heat, give us steel and slag, it looks like, right? Nothing down here. What if we crush the iron? Does that change anything? Probably not, but it's always good to try things. Unless that was just really slow and it was working? Not sure. Let's give it a try. Progress still at 0. Are we at least gaining? Okay, we are good on power again, so 2 generators is enough to keep this running. But I don't know. I'm gonna look it up online, I guess, because I'm out of ideas. Sorry, guys. Okay, guys. Looks like I figured it out. We need compressed air cells. So basically it's just these universal fluid cells in a compressor, and that compresses air into it. And it said online we need 6 of it. So yeah. They take glass panes and tin item casings, so once again, need more tin. Wait, was this tin? No, that's iron. I knew. This mod requires so much tin, and that's why I've been making it. But it just feels like it's never enough. And of course there goes the hammer. New hammer time. I don't even know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for iron. Why am I always going down to those chests? So here we go. Another forge hammer. And tin item casings. Okay, so now we can make a bunch more of these. Put a bunch more in here. And I do believe these stack. The good news is we get them back. It's not like this is eating it up at least. It's just a matter of production. So yeah, this is so slow. Oh my gosh. And this is for 1 steel, I think. Like we're getting 1 out of this, and it's so slow. But I also found out this takes only 20 heat, so we're technically producing 1 extra, but whatever. No big deal. We have these coils for later if we ever need more heat from something else. However, this is a bummer because it's so slow, and I kind of invested into this already. Is there polar advanced fluid upgrade? So this can't be overclocked, it sounds like. And it's going through the air pretty quick, but it holds a bunch. Like we can produce it faster than it's using it up, so that's good. And we're keeping up in power still with this thing running. I just don't know about this. This is really, really slow. 41%. Like, I know making steel is slow in this game. Like, that's just kind of a rule of modded, is most mods somehow gate how quickly you can produce steel, but this is getting a little ridiculous. I need to refill these with the charcoal. So what I've noticed is these two burn up the fastest. Not sure why, but that's the case, pretty much. So I don't know. might look into making the blast furnace after all. The immersive engineering blast bricks. Never mind. Okay. So nether, yeah. How do we get that? We need to have it to get it, it looks like. Unless how do we get another rack? Again, okay. So I guess this is how we have to do it. This is... right? This is ridiculous. Alright, I'm gonna look into this some more and see if there is another way. If not, we're just gonna have to AFK here forever. Alrighty, so this is how we have to do it. There are ways we can get it if we have Invar. To get Invar we need nickel, and I saw up here before nickel is one of the rewards for doing this right here. We get coal and we get nickel and sugarcane if we produce 50,000 biomass. So until then we're kind of stuck with it, and I'm pretty sure we're supposed to snake around this way. Like maybe we could start generating biomass now, but I think to do it efficiently we kind of need to go this way. This is kind of concerning though, because this is what, like 30 million RF? And yes, we have an infinite loop of RF already, but I'm not so sure how easy that might take a while. Especially if we're getting into EU now, you know? Like if we're doing industrial craft, that's not RF, that's this energy over there. So it's an interesting set of progressions that we have to do, but what I want to do now is just create some servos real quick, the very basic kind, which is iron, redstone, and glass. Because what we're going to do is we're going to close this loop here so that it just keeps feeding air into it, and yeah, it'll take a long time, but hey, we only need 4 to do our quest, right? We already have 1, so it'll take time, and that's just how it is. What did I say? We need redstone? Okay. So now, iron nugget. Actually, we wanted 2 of these because we're gonna have basically empty air cells pulled out of this and full ones through the back or something like that. So we need ducts, specifically item ducts. And I'm always a fan of these, but we can't do these unless we have hardened glass, which we need this induction smelter for. So we need lead and tin, which of course we have because we've been using them that 4 days. What did I go to? Whoops. Again, just another example of where we need tons of tin, and that's why I made more tin than lead of anything. Oh, and it gives us 6 exactly. This is perfect. Oh, but I need a crescent hammer, don't I? So that is, I might get the recipe wrong. I know it's 4 of these and 1 of these. Let's see, it's either this or it could be complete reverse. Okay, no, it is this. So we don't want it connecting to this machine or this machine at all. Or this machine. So we want this and then this. So let's see, if we do always on, is this going to pull these out? It is going to pull them out. Is it going to insert them though? It is. And this seems to only hold 8 things, so we can take these empty ones, put it in here, whitelist that, pull those out. And now, let's see, oh, these are empty. Okay, so we'll put these back in here, take a full one, and do the same thing. Whitelist, a full universal cell. And so now, as these empty, they should get pulled out and put back in here. Perfect. So we have a closed loop here, and it'll produce us steel. Not sure what to do with the slag, but we have the steel, which is great. Let's put all this away again, clean up my inventory. Perfect. So now all we need to do is sort of close this loop, but I'm not so much going to close a loop there as I think I'm just going to set up a hopper and feed a ton of charcoal in there because I don't want to keep that running forever. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take these, set these up so they just keep burning basically. Let this run until we get 4, and then once we have the 4 steel, we'll see what we can do next. Okay guys, the AFK session is over. Here we go. We have 3 more. I'm going to leave that running just so we keep getting steel, even if it is the slowest thing in the world. So we needed these, and we needed these. So let me just double check before we waste this steel. Induction furnace. We needed an advanced machine case, which is steel plates, which we can use a forge hammer, and a steel ingot. Is there any better way maybe? No, even the metal former would just give us 1. So here we go. Our long AFK wait period is over. We can grab this now, and we can grab this. And now we can make this and this. Look at that. So before we turn this in, I want to like when you right click on it to see what it's used for, it just brings up regular smelting. And I have to imagine that this does something else, and it is a tier 2 machine. These are all tier 1s, I believe. Like if we look up the extractor, extractor is a power tier 1, so you know, I think this takes, this, if I'm saying this correctly, it takes heat as well. Recipes. No, it just brings up the regular stuff. What I was hoping is that this also makes steel, but that might have been removed to make this just a quest, like just a grindy quest of crafting. But just to be sure, let's try. Let's take some coal, and we'll grab some iron. I just turned more into iron blocks, and we also have a stack of blocks of tin now. So that doesn't do anything. I can't even put iron in there. See, I don't like that this interface doesn't line up with this interface. So, before I turn it in, I want to see if it has any uses. So, let me look online. One sec, guys. Okay, guys, I've looked it up. It's literally so dumb. This thing is, it has 2 inventory slots, and it builds up heat. And basically, when it gets to 100 heat, it's faster and cheaper than if you weren't using it. So, if there's anything we need to like power smelt real quick, that would be a reason to use it before turning it in. But honestly, like smelting things quickly has never been like something I get super excited about. So yeah, we have graphite bars now. My only concern is that I actually shouldn't have put this down at all, because now there's a chance we're going to lose it when I try to pick it up. And so now we need to make like the super, like we need to make an electric wrench here, I think, because this has a higher chance of losing it for us. So there we go, and I think we just combine it, right? Yep. Now we need to charge it real quick, which we can do in the bat box, hopefully? Yep. Okay, let's hope this, did we get it back? Okay, we got it back. You have no idea how stressful that can be. Like, if you don't get that machine back after you spend all that time making it, I would have been so sad. Let's see what we get for this. We get access to quartz, black quartz, which will allow us to do actually addition stuff, and glowstone, which will allow us to light up our base and probably do other crafting recipe stuff. So let's drop this guy in here. Make sure it registers. Eat an apple. It registered. Okay, this is good. And we just gotta wait for a reward. Oh, the chest seems to be glitched out. Oh, there we go. We have the things, which is good because I was kind of considering like turning off the research generator because it's just like a little ridiculous, but now that we have new items we can put in here, we don't have to worry about that. So let's do that. And I'm confident, yeah, that it'll do nether quartz as well. Probably just takes more power. But that's not a big deal. We have power, you know, for a while. Maybe I should, you know, I always look over here, I'm like, oh, these are out of power. Maybe I should do something about that. But instead I just keep refilling them manually. I could really close the loop on this as well. There's no reason not to. But I was looking, while I was AFK, into other methods of power production, because our next goal, I guess, is the RF thing. And, okay, that's good, that's running. Let's put these things in here that belong in there. And there's a generator that does the same thing as this. I think this is 40 RF per tick, if I'm not mistaken. And there's one that does 60 RF per tick for the same, like, cost and time. Like, yeah, it says it's 40 RF per tick. I just realized we could probably make coal blocks, which generate 10 times as much for only 9 times the cost. So maybe we'll transition to that just to be slightly more efficient. But again, obviously not an issue because we have so much charcoal. So what's up now? What do I want to do next? We have this done, so let me clean up this. Let's get all that out of my inventory, including the charcoal. We can't reproduce charcoal blocks, right? We have 6 in here now, we'll just see what that does. It's, yeah, we can't reproduce. Whatever, I'll just leave it on the side there, no big deal. We are producing stuff of this. I do want to just switch that over just so we don't forget to make more of that, and we can safely use it once we need it. But lastly, I want to quickly change our mob farm just a little bit to make it more functional. And you might recognize this recipe from any of our other series, because this seems to be a pretty popular mod nowadays for moving mobs around and just in general building mob farms. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a little bit of cobblestone, and we're just going to set up some fans on these sides here. And hopefully we can do that without too much trouble. I believe that one just gave us trouble. Yeah, it's not facing the right way. Also, I noticed it hasn't spread to here yet, which is slightly concerning. There's really no reason why it wouldn't. So I don't know what's up with that. But that should protect us a little bit. So I can go in here now. Yeah, okay, so we should be okay. These aren't expensive, so I'm not really super worried about losing it, but it'd be nice if we kept it. And I can just do that, yep. So put that back. And we're going to mirror the same thing on the other side. And, you know, I mean, it's not going to kill the mobs in any way or anything like that, but it's just going to... Oh, I should probably move that block. It's going to keep them towards the center, at least a little bit. And we can upgrade them too if we want to make them really towards the center once we think of a way to kill them. So far I just kind of do it manually, but even then, as I mentioned before, getting the drops is kind of a pain. So, not really sure what to do about that at the present time. Kind of just always have to go in and do it. So, I'm hoping this fan kind of helps to at least keep the drops, like, sort of in the general area where I can pick them up. And once again, let's get rid of this. So let's see, where are they pushed to? So like, sort of here. Okay, whatever. That's a good way to... We did 2 things. We got steel, we finished the thing that I had prepared, and we upgraded our mob farm real quick. So let's call it here, you know? It's been a good episode 5. I'm gonna, like I said, keep this running. Maybe we'll end up with like a bunch of steel by the end of it, but either way, we shall see. I'll look into, you know, what the rewards we just got, what those are for, if there's a specific way we can now move forward with power. I don't know. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been episode 5, and I'll see you guys in the next one.